Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the session Windows Azure module. Good morning to all of you. And so only very few students who are joining. There are around 11 students, and we'll start our session now. Okay. 5 minutes we'll go for a recap, and then we'll start with the next module. Good morning, Devi, Maunika. Good morning, Kiran, Shubhangi, Pavitra from Paris. Good morning to all of you. Tambaram Center, may I know your name? Good morning. Guest 01 from Tambaram. Gomalata, very good. So Gomalata, you have sent me a mail regarding the Azure subscription. Is it working or not right now? If it is not working, one of the other students' details I'll share it with you. You can practice from that account. So, okay, last class what we have done, we have finished with the module 9, where we have seen all the Azure storage topics, queues, topics and subscriptions, and all the modules we were seeing, all the topics we were seeing, and we are entering into the 10th module. In this module, it's about monitoring and diagnosing. Okay. So what is monitoring and diagnosing? I'll just check. Who is from Paris is asking? Pavitra. I told you very clearly, this subscription for your Azure subscription works only till the end of your batch, and most probably 4 or 5 days extra after your batch end date. Okay. So afterwards, it will not work. Okay. So that's why I told, don't expect that it's a permanently you got the subscription. It is only till the end of your module, and after your module also 2-3 days might be there, and afterwards it will be automatically expired. So now let me start our session, and what is today's which module we are starting with, and what are the topics we are going to deal in this chapter. Okay. And every time, every demo we are doing over here, but one of the demos here, I will tell you that you have to practice on your own, because all the steps are already provided in your courseware. Only you have to follow those steps. That is not programming. It's a diagnosing. Only simple steps will be there which you have to do. If you practice and you don't get, and I am going to help you out in the next session. Okay. So now, let me share my desktop where we will write our objectives and which module we are going to deal now, and what are the demos we are going to check now in this one. So we in total, how many modules do we have in our Azure? Everybody please start typing how many on the whole total number of modules in our Azure. Monica, first answer, yes, it is 12 modules are there, out of which 9 are already finished. We entered into 10th module. So let me write here, we are dealing with 10th module. The name of this module is monitoring and diagnosing. Okay. What do you mean by monitoring and diagnosing? These are the words you have heard already in your ASP itself. So you just understand things, so that my application I have already created, and I want to check when I'm doing the debugging. That means as a developer, what is my first one? Devi, please check your batch schedule so that you will get the module test date. Okay. So let me continue with our topic. This type of questions I will show you at the end of our session. Okay. So let us see monitoring and diagnosing. I have created one application as a developer. As what we need to do, we need to check whether all the functionalities that we have created are working or not. So I'm testing. While I'm testing, I may get runtime errors. So I need to note down somewhere those errors which I found, so that later I need to fix that bug. Okay. So like that is a very big module which are having around 1000 functionalities. When 1000 functionalities you are testing, somewhere around 4 or 5 functions are giving some runtime errors. So some bugs you found them. So at that time, if you forget any one of the functions details where you found the bugs, it's very difficult for you. So think that you found 5 bugs, but while noting down in the somewhere only 3 bugs information or 4 bugs information you maintained, and other one you by mistake you skipped getting the details somewhere. So what really happens at that time is, again, I don't know which function of the out of these 1000 is really not working. So you need to make once again testing of these 1000 functionalities. And what you are doing is, every time you are testing any runtime error you got it. So those errors you are maintaining manually. Instead of that, is there any methodology with which automatically logging the errors into your file needs to be done, so that manually I no need to mention anywhere. So there is just no chance, if you are maintaining some automated tool, any runtime errors at the time of testing all will be stored into a log file. So later, after completion of all the functionalities testing, I can go for the trace file opening, and I can identify from there which functionalities were failed. So which functionalities are having some runtime errors. So I can work on those functions and errors, so to fix the bugs. So that is, for that what I have to do, monitoring of the data to be done. So things that I am not healthy, I don't know what could be the reason. What normally we'll do, we'll go to a doctor, because we don't know what could be the reason, so we don't know solution, how to come out of the problem. So what doctor, immediately he or she also is unable to understand your problem. Certain times, if they are unable to understand your problem, what internally is there existing, so that they will tell you that go for this blood test, go for this x-ray, some reports they ask you to go for and get the details. So where do you go? Diagnostic center you will go, where blood test or urine test or whatever, x-ray or any scanning, anything, whatever you they specific doctor, you will go for that. So what diagnostic people are doing, they are not curing your problem. They are getting the current status of your health using these reports, and that reports they are going to give you. But you may not understand that report. So again, this report you will take it to your doctor. Your doctor is aware of this reports and analysis, so they can understand what is your problem. So they can suggest you the better solutions to come out of the problem. So first work is what to do. Even doctor to give you the better suggestion, even doctor need to know what is your current status, health status. So that's the reason they are asking you to go for these different types of reports, to go for different testings. So that can be done by the diagnostic center. This is also the same. Monitoring and diagnostics is nothing but they are not going to remove the problems. Instead, it is going to log the runtime errors that you are getting. It will trace that information and stores into a file. So that is called as log file. So that information how you are going to log automatically is the question of here. Okay. So here actually 3 demos are there. 2 I am going to show you. 1 you do on your own, because that's the simplest one only. There is one WCF service application I am going to create, inside which wantedly I'm going to create one WCF service application, where I will create one WCF service. That means one interface. You should remember interface, class, so which is inherited from interface, contract, service contract, operation contract, like that we should recall it back. So wantedly I will create one divide function where I will write a by b like that, whereas wantedly I will send the value of b as 0. Then what will happen? It's a divide by 0 error. So that is runtime error you will get. Instead of simply saying at the time, it should log that information into a trace file, so that the trace file is permanent. Anytime I can open and view that information as a developer or tester, so that I can identify where failures are there, so that I'll go to that particular section of my application and do the correction. So that is what our aim is here. So I'm going to create one service application, and where I'm going to show you how I'm going to log the information regarding the errors. Okay. So here 2 types of logging is the tracing of the information, error logging. Okay. Another one is message logging also. Generally, errors information you can log. Errors, error messages logging. Login the error details, error message, errors, okay, errors information logging into a file. That means indirectly called as tracing. Okay. So what else you have? We are going to do is message logging. Message logging means what? Actually, it's a service. Okay. When it is a service, what is the meaning of service? It is reusable. You are creating the service once, client applications can access it. When client is trying to access, the communication happens between client and the service, which is the server. So how the communication of the messages are happening between these two? What messages are traveling from the client to server, from the server to client? Even those messages also to be logged means then I can go for this message logging. But this, where should I log means it's in a permanent file. Where should I keep these permanent files means your wish, wherever you are selecting as whatever name you want to select, you can select. Wherever you want to save those files, you can save them. If you don't save in your project folder itself, that means your service application folder root only, you will be finding these message logging and error information login files, both will be available. Once I'll show you without implementing the tracing, once I will show you with the tracing. Okay, same service application. Is the concept clear? Once this is done, second one is what? No, your work. WCF service application creation time. One is normal WCF service application. One is in the cloud, from where I have created one WCF service I created using the web roles. Using a web role, I told you this service creation so that I can host it in the cloud later. So this I told you that you create and that you in that which you are going to host it in the Azure portal, so that the traced information must be in the storage of your portal, Azure portal. So not in the local machine. But whatever I am going to show you is in the local machine. You people do it to store your traced information in the storage section of your Azure portal. So that's that all the steps are given, you can go for that. Okay, so this is the second demo which I am telling you to do it, which are very simple. Everything is spoon feeding is not allowed. Think so that you have created one ASP.NET application or WCF service or whatever it is. Okay, so some ASP application, MVC4 application, or okay, some service which is hosted in Azure portal, I mean that cloud computing place. Now, once after hosting this, how many people are accessing this, and how many requests are success and how many requests are failure? Think so that you made 10 requests, out of which 4 succeeded, 6 failure. So how do you know all this? That I can get, for that also tracing, already dashboard is there which you are, actually we are not checking, but we can check from there. Dashboard will be there where you can tell what details to be monitored. You can set the monitoring, what details for this application which is hosted in the Azure portal to be, you want to capture that tracing the information, which information you want to trace. So you can set there and you can go to dashboard and you can check the traced information is provided to you. If 10 people are working, so 10 people, from 10 people's tracing information is gathered and placed in the dashboard. So that I will tell you as the last one also. This I am going to do. This is also I am going to show you. Okay, only this you try to do it on your own. Okay. So is the concept of diagnostic and monitoring and diagnostic, is it clear or not? Don't think that errors will be corrected here. Only it traces your application when it is in running state, and anywhere any errors were found, that not only errors, success details also it will log, even error details also it will log. Then how do we understand from this? This means errors, wherever you are finding red color, it will show that information in red color. This is the way how you can do it. I am giving a question to you all. So really, did you understand what I mean by monitoring and diagnostics? If you could confirm, then I'll show you the demo. Okay. So check this question and as early as possible give your response. And for whom the question is not displayed, raise your hand and confirm over the hand raise. Okay, if anybody is not getting the question, so due to some technical problem, you raise your hand and confirm me. If you are late, don't answer and raise your hand and write that I am late. Okay, so for the latecomers, you cannot say that yes or no. Who did not answer? Joshain from Nungambakam. What happened, Joshain? From Bashir Bagh, who is this? Just 20. Joshain, what happened? Hand raise, you do the hand raise and give me the confirmation. Joshain, and from Bashir Bagh, one more student from with the login SLS guest 20. Okay, Joshain, I got your message. Okay, let us move ahead. So everybody confirmed that you understood the purpose of monitoring and diagnostics and how you can simply go for this diagnostics without applying this tracing. Once I will show you, and by applying tracing, tracing is nothing but monitoring and diagnosing. Okay, so let me show you one demo for you how you can create your WCF application, which we have seen long back. Okay, the same service I am going to create and how to implement tracing automatically we are going to see now. So step by step we'll see. So first time, but you need to open your Visual Studio with administrator rights. For this tracing work and all this, you should have the administrator rights. So first you open your Visual Studio with administrator rights. I am hiding my video for a while. So you can see that this is the new project. In this one, WCF service application, if you want to create, you need to go for the C#. Okay. When you go for the C#, you are able to see slowly if you scroll down. WCF, not RAS services, okay? Service application. This is a template which you have to take it. And let us give our service name as WCF service for tracing. Let me give it as for tracing. So I gave the service name as service application WCF service for tracing. Now I'm clicking on OK, which is in the F drive. Just remember that we are saving in the location F drive. Why? I will show you line. Whatever name you are giving for your project, with that one folder gets created in the F drive. So after this is created, let us see, go to F drive and let me show you that one. And before to that, let me, you know all these. There are two files will be there. This is service1.svc, but it is inherited from an interface. First you go to that interface file. See, service1.cs. In that, you remove all other things except you keep your own function as int divide int x comma int y. So just put one function enough, and unnecessary all these you please remove except the namespace closing. See here. Now my interface is ready and I have to implement the coding for this divide function from my service1.svc. Unnecessary coding, whatever is there, you please remove. Okay, so write it as public and implement the code as simply return x, y, y. Okay, So no try catch blocks, nothing also I'm going to use. So now my complete service creation is finished once you build it. F6 means you can be able to build your service. Now you want to check this service now. After building this one, now let me execute this service once. So automatically you know that you will be able to find this divide function in this left pane. It's simply adding, just wait for a few seconds. It's taking time. Okay. Now can you see that under the I service, you can find that there is a function divide which can be accessible by the clients from the client applications. Just double click it. Then you will get option to enter. Just for testing purpose, I am giving 10 and I am giving the value of y as 2 and I am clicking on invoke. So I have to get it as 5, well and good. But in case I am giving it as 0 and I am clicking on invoke, so you please check, this is called as error information. This type of error information I want to store it in my traced file. Okay, this I want to log it with the help of my monitoring and diagnostics. That means tracing indirectly. So how this can be stored into a file? Is it really stored? Means right now it is not saved in any log file because we were not implemented any tracing. So please check if you have, if it is for checking purpose, I am opening our F drive. In that with our application file, see folder, see here, WCF service for tracing, this is what which we are creating. Inside that, you will be finding, inside this folder, you will be finding two files. This is configuration files, but traced files, TRC files, the traced files will be there which were not created, which holds the traced information, as because you did not enable the tracing for your service. So it's now time for us how to implement the tracing in your service, WCF service. Is that clear? And anybody is having any doubt, please raise your. So Nirosha, there are some messages from your note, please check it. I don't use it, you are writing, please check it. And anybody is having any doubts till here, you please confirm me. In case of no doubts, now I will show you how you can go for trace implementation. Anybody is having doubts, please raise your hand and write your query. I am waiting for your queries. It's very, very simpler, but if why? Because we have a predefined tool for doing the settings for tracing. Previously, in the older versions of Visual Studio, you don't have this feature. From minimum 2012 should be there to get this feature. Okay, no hand raises, so I'm continuing and I'm showing you. And whatever option before I'm going to do, remember for tracing you have to do lots of settings in your web.config file. Let me open web.config file. In this web.config file, you can see that some settings. Wantedly for your sake, what I'm doing is this complete code I am keeping in your notepad, which is not having the complete information for your tracing. Wanted like it, because I now here I need to do a lots of coding for the tracing to implement the tracing. So if I don't remember that my settings are, I want to do the tracing very fast. So I was provided from the Visual Studio 2012 onwards a tool with which we can modify the web.config file automatically. Just we will select the options, automatically it will set the web.config file. So how to do that work easily means on your web.config file, you need to right click so that an option will be provided to you. Can you see edit WCF configuration? This will not be there in the older versions of Visual Studio. Minimum 2012 should be there. Otherwise, what to do, madam, means then what I am going to see after I have done all this, some code automatically you will get in your web.config settings. That settings you have to, whatever I am going to give, that you copy paste, that code you need to write manually in the web.config, then also it will work. So are you understanding? You can go manually and write the code, but if you come to the Visual Studio 2012, you will get automated tool that helps me to edit this web.config for tracing easily. So I am going for edit double safe configuration, not only for tracing, for other things also. Now when you go for this, immediately let me hide my video because you can see the complete screen. Can you see that under configuration, services, client, binding, start endpoint, diagnostics. This is our one using which I can be able to go for tracing. So I must click on this diagnostics. So slowly, if you really observe, message logging is off and tracing is also off. It's your duty. You need to make them enabled. So first tracing you enable tracing for the errors or whatever responses you are getting to be logged. So I have clicked on this, so immediately it should get on here with green color letters. At the same time, enable the message logging also you did, but it's not mandatory for us right now. So but I'm just showing. Okay, when you have given on, you can find that there is a service model trace listener, service model message logging listener. What are these listeners? These are the listeners who can, at the runtime of your service, will go and monitor what results are you getting, which needs to be stored into your file. So in the listener, this is the listener you need to set. This listener should go for retrieving the monitored information and put it into a file. But where is that file? What should be my file name? Where should I save that file? If you want to give your own customized route, so then only you go here. But default route means no need to go there. So I'm just showing you for this tracing. Just click on service model trace listener. It is telling by default, see here, it is taking the route of your application. See F-drive, WCF service configuration. See here, sorry, service for tracing. Inside service for tracing, see this is the file web_tracelog.svc log. SVC log means service log. Okay, this is the default route it is taking. But no, madam, I don't want this. You can change by clicking on browse location. But I'm not right now. I'm not changing. Okay. So what information do you want? Even date time also you want? Yes, take it. Not only timestamp, date tag, what thread and call stack and all you take it. Process ID, logical operation, all better. All you select which you want to log it and click on OK. So it's like that. In the same manner, you can go for this listener also, message logging listener, and you can do the sys. But I'm not doing anything for this. So this is about how you can do it. So once you have done, you just try to close it. When you are closing this, it will ask you, do you want to save these settings in the web.config? Yes. And one more thing, it is not yet finished. I said, see here, expand it. Okay, expand this diagnostics in the message logging. So certain times, see here, while tracing or message logging, only success the messages should I store, or failure. Sometimes failures were happened while interacting with the service, even though there are failures also to do it. Only failures or all logs, anything what you want, and full complete information about the error do you want. That means who's made this request, username, password, including that. So that can be identified from here, message logging. When you click on this, you can see that log entire message false is there. So what is the use? You enabled message logging, but you are saying that log entire message false. Then from which user when requested this failure was happened, nobody can identify. So you want including username, password, make this one as true. Like that, the best word is log none PI means including password, username, password. If even though you gave like this, it will not store the username, password who made the request for the service, including username, password from where request has come, log known PII, log known PII. And I want to give you the awareness. So everything I don't require to tell. Whenever you are selecting, you see here specifies whether known personality identifiable information is logged. That means user ID and password credentials needs to be logged from where the messages are passing. So that's also, if you want, you can take it as true. That's your wish. Okay. So log malformed messages. That means while you are communicating, some messages are modified in between. Those are called as malformed messages, or they were corrected. So malformed messages. Do you want to log those messages which are corrected also, malformed also? Then if you want, then you can take true. By default it will be true. Service level, transport level, whatever you want, you can make it as a true and you can go ahead. Total, this is represents maximum message. Total how many messages you are able to log it in your log file is 10,000. By default it is giving. Either you can increase or decrease as per your record. This is the default. But the people will get doubt for first one and second one. This is number of messages. Each message maximum size is second one. See, max size of message to log. That means whichever 10,000 messages, each message maximum size is what? That is, this is the value 2,62,144 bytes. So that is given, but you can modify as per your requirement. That's your wish. Okay. So after setting all this, then you can go for saving. Then you can close this button. Window. Then it will ask you, do you want to save the changes? Yes, you do it. Whenever I have done, immediately see, save this one to web.config file. Yes. Yes to all you give. Then you please come to web.config and check that. Can you see that system.diagnostics which are created? How many settings it please check? How much? Still here, still listeners these are. Diagnostics where it was closed DC, still here it is the same. So this much I was added extra. Previous one I already, why I stored in the notepad? Because in the previous one in the configuration directly app settings. That means from here onwards you got it. But this everything you have to write manually if you don't have the double safe configuration editing tool. That is automatically you will get if it is Visual Studio 2012 version. If it is older version, this tool you will not get. So web.config file you need to open. This much of the settings you have to write manually in your web.config file. That's the reason later versions, if you take it 2012 or later, you are able to do it automatically and very fastly. So that computer will modify the web.config file. Is there any doubts till here in setting this tracing specific? Do you want to log the entire message? All these I have given you. So I want you people to confirm me, is there any doubt to you in this tracing? So let me write as a question, answer for that question. Okay. So whatever settings I have made in web.config using the predefined tool, is that clear or not? So there is a question in front of you. Please check and confirm me using this tool. However, I have done the tracing configurations. Did you understand or not? Any doubts? Raise your hand and write your query. If you are on time. Who did not answer? Let me check the names of the students. Nirosha from City Nagar, Pavitra from Paris, guess 03. Paris, guess 03. CSU Road, guess 009. Bashirbagh, SLS, guess 2020. So, anybody else? Nirosha from City Nagar, Paris, guess 03. So, what happened to Paris, guess 03 student? Let me disconnect this question. I am closing. Network problem for 5 minutes. Paris Center. Okay. So what about the other student from Nirosha? What happened to Nirosha? Nirosha from City Nagar Center actually. Let me check. Yeah, she is looking offline. Nirosha, if you are there, Satya, whether Nirosha is there or not in the session, and if she is there in the session, whether she understood or not, please ask her and write as, because her login it is showing in the offline state. Okay. Satya, you write the confirmation on behalf of Nirosha. Okay, once this is done, what we have to do, we'll go for execution of our application, and tracing is going to be logged into our files or not, we will check. Okay. So now I'm hiding my view and I'm executing, and I'll show you that file. So like previously only, as it is, I'm going to execute my application, and you will get the, so not this one, sorry. You should be in which file? In the service.svc.cs file, and press Ctrl F5. Being in this service file, you need to Ctrl F5, you need to press. She is here, her system, communication issues. Okay, but did she understand or not? You need to communicate to me, Satya. So now you see here, like previously I am double clicking and I am giving as a 10, I am giving as a value 2 for y, and I am invoking, there is no error, well and good. And when I am giving as 0 and I am clicking on invoke, this is the information must be logged, is my requirement, let us see. Okay, and again I am giving as 5, which is success. Again I am giving as 0. So again failure. 2 times wantedly I have done a mistake, which is not only showing here, but it should be logged into your file. So now my work is over, close it. Okay. Now go back to your folder where you have your application, service application. So need to check here. All of you please check in this folder. There are 2 files were created automatically, web_messages.svc log, web_tracelog.svc file. So this trace log file you please open and check, trace log file. So double click that file. So now you can check, this is the traced information, where you are getting some of the places red color, which indicates that failure. When you click on that, the information is what? So there are some information throwing an exception to listen to this. So service1.svc, but details are what you may get out. So at the bottom also you can find some information, basic information, diagnostic information. You can see here, this is the error information, stack trace, which was here. You can see stack trace information. So are you able to check it? So basic information I am hiding, and I am showing you diagnostic information. So here, when you are calling a specific method, you got the error. That error details stack trace completely, it is going to show you here. So at the same time, you think so that like something is blue like that, means that is a success only. So you don't need to check for that. You need to go for the things where it is having the red color, that means they are failures, so that you can go and get the information from the other way. So from right pane. The red color one represents errors. Okay, runtime errors. So like that, this is the way you can check here also. There are some process activity failure is there. You can see from here very easily. Can you see that process active action? This is the main one which you really understand. Process action, whichever you requested, divide function, that is a failure. You can see to execute this divide, you got the error. That error information, stack trace, is available here because it is a error details. It is going to show at the bottom. You can see this one. Okay. So the error information, this is the way how you are able to check. See, there are also here also it is showing the error, complete error details. When I place the mouse pointer, it is showing the entire complete stack trace. Red color you see, if you really observe, it is in the red color. So you can see handling an exception, handling what is that error also, system divide by 0 error. You can see clearly, divide by 0 exception, attempt to divide by 0. This is what it is logging the error information. Stack trace means you can see at the bottom. So only that message, error message means you can go and check it from here. So like that, now 2 times you have done mistake means 2 times it is going to give you the information about the same error information. So again you got the message that stack trace, system dot divide by 0 exception. So this process action, whatever is there, that you have to open and check. So automatically that means this file is permanent. This file is permanent, which you have seen, so that anytime you can open and you can go through the traced information, identify where I got the errors, so that you, as a tester, you will identify the location where the error is happening, so that you will inform these details to the developer. Developer will go for correction of the bugs. This is about how you can go for monitor tracing of the error information. Anybody, any doubts? Okay, Satyan, Mirasha understood. Okay. So anybody, any doubts in this? I'm waiting for your queries because the first demo was over. And at the same place, actually, not only this data, I want to know how many people are trying to access, how many requests are made for this service. Anybody is having any doubt? So we can be able to do that task also. We can be, that means you just understand. I want counter sets. I told you in the load testing time, how many times the calls were made for this, how many calls were success, how many calls were failure. That is counter sets. That performance monitoring also, if you want to do, you can do with a single statement in the web.config to modify. That extra you need to add. That I will tell you. Okay. So this you understood or not, please confirm. Click on plus if you understand. If you understood. In case of any doubts, you hand raise and ask. If you are not hand raising, I will not consider. Okay. Because I want to know who did not understand. Instead of clicking on minus, you hand raise, so that I'll clear your doubt. I'm waiting for your response. 65% of the students were given the response as positive. None of you given anything. Okay, negative. Okay, I got only response from 70% of the students, but it is okay, positive response. Nobody hand raised, so the demo is over. And here I told you that performance counters also you can go for. This is what you are doing is the functionality checking tracing. But I don't, certain times I want to go for tracing of what? That means how many people are accessing this service at a time right now. How many calls are made, how many are success, how many are failed, how much time it has been taken. So like that, any of such type of information means a simple modification you have to do in your web.config file. So go to your web.config file in this one. No need to go for edit configuration tool. Single step in this diagnostics, system.diagnostics, you have to give that performance counter, not this one. Simply diagnostics will be there. Performance counters should be there. I have made a mistake. One. Let me check. Do only one modification where I have to do one. Just tell me. That setting it is not showing, but you have to do a simple thing. Performance counters is equal to all for the diagnostics tag. So why this diagnostics tag is not visible? Let us see. Okay. Diagnostic performance count. See here, this is correct only in system.service. Yeah, I got it. What is the mistake I understood? What is the small mistake that I had done? Everything is okay. Let me open. There will be one tag. You need to write a system.service model. System.service model. Already it is there, might be system.service model. Control F. Yes, system.service model somewhere should be there. System.service. See here, system.service model already diagnostics already is there. Here is the place we need to write performance counters is equal to all. That means anything, every aspect I want to log it. So you need to specify this one finish. This is the only one which I did not give. See here in your web.configuration file already system.service model is there. Search for that tag in your web.config. Insert the first argument, first tag itself is diagnostic. For the attribute, for that you need to add an attribute. Performance counters is equal to all. Only this much you have to do, and now you run your application. Whether performance counters are monitoring or not, means there is a window called as performance monitor. So don't overly think that it is going to store this information in your file. There will be a predefined program that is called as performance monitor. So whenever applications for which performance counters is equal to or like that, this is enabled. So those are running is automatically the performance details can be captured by a window called as performance monitor. How to open that I'll tell you. Just let me open first this service. Okay. Sorry, where we need to do again the same one, service1.svc, and execute it. So what you are going to get is now functionality checking that you leave it. How many people access like that, how many failures were happened, anything if you want to know. That is how much memory processor time you utilize. That is not functionality checking. That's about your local machine processor, physical disk, temporary memory, RAM utilization, all these if you want to get, that is how many calls are made to your function, how many are succeeded or failure, anything if you want to do, that is the performance counters is equal to all. So how you can monitor that details, you have to go for, there is a window, see here, PERFMON. PERFMON is performance monitoring. So let me in the run PERFMON. I gave it as PERFMON is performance monitoring. There's a separate window will be there that captures this performance counter sets details. Unable to add these counters. Processor time. So that is previous error. You can use performance to view performance data either in real time or there is some problem or here. But okay. But we will see. But I will show you how you can do it. Okay. So performance monitoring whenever you want to do, automatically when you see here, when I am going for this, see here, you can go for this. You can add the performance counters what you want to add for which application you want to add. All these are provided in your courseware. You can see here, add. I'm saying that simply add. What performance counters to be added, it will show you. There is some problem here. Available counters it is not showing actually. It will show our application also here. Why it is not showing our application? Actually it should show our application. There is some problem in this. Let me see. I am unable to add these counters. Process time and all this. Automatically it will show our application. You see here, Control F5. performance context. Let me add. Here this we have done. So increase memory size, that is okay. Viewing performance data, run performance monitoring. You see here, this is what which I have done. perf.mon.exe. Increase the memory size, performance monitoring. See, we are unable to see that our application name should be automatically displayed. There is some problem in my machine, otherwise it will show for which applications which are currently running, and in those running applications for which performance monitoring is already started. That means you have set it, that automatically it will show you, but it is not showing actually. It has to show. It is not showing our application name. But this is the methodology how you can monitor. I'll just tell you. Let me check. Like that. So first of all, steps are clear for you to do it. Only diagnostics inside the system.service model, diagnostics tag will be there, for which performance counters is equal to all. In while writing, it's case sensitive. P should be lowercase, C should be capital, is equal to all time, A should be capital. So what performance contours you want to check, that you need to specify over there, but in that window, our application name it should show. When it is showing that, then automatically what I want to add, I can tell. But that is what is the only problem we got it. So I'm just checking what mistake I have done. It is not showing the page also not properly. But I will show you this one in the cloud consultation. Don't worry, this is everything is finished. Only viewing that information time, there is some problem. Actually, immediately in your performance monitoring, whenever you want to add also, I have shown you that whatever you want to test, performance monitoring, if you want to do, whenever you are doing graphically, it is going to show you some information. But for what? Whatever you have said, what you want to do, you want to check how many calls are made by the user, how many are successfully, like that means graphically it will show. But when, if you specify those settings, for that you need to click on this, but it is not showing our application name. That's the reason I'm checking for that. When I click, automatically it should show our application name. Okay, graph type, no, this is not the correct one. Let me click once again. So select the counters for computer. Program cannot find the required dialog box because no location can be found. It is not showing the details. Actually, these two text boxes never will be empty. This is the place counter sets details will be, that means number of calls you have made, like that service model service, like that many topics will be there where counters it will show. And from there, any of you are having the system with you means you can practice and you can check it immediately along with me so that you will get it. This is the way, actually the correct way. There is nothing wrong in this. Even you can see these steps are available in your courseware in the activity book, okay, in the demo, first demo, so that you can be able to view all these details. The problem is in my system only that it is not showing. Okay, actually never ever it will be empty. It will be automatically will show all these counter sets which you want to check, you want to capture the details, and it will show. But it is not showing right now. Data controls, still it is not showing it. Monitoring tools and performance monitoring. This is only you need to take performance monitoring, but we will see in the next class or in the cloud consultation, which I am going to take in this week. Okay, that time I'll show this demo. This is about performance counters. Here about memory, I can check how much physical hard disk you have utilized, how much RAM you utilize, how much fastly my CPU got, how much time of your CPU got utilized, and all this. That means it's not related to your functionality, it's related to how your resources of the local machine are getting utilized, plus how many calls are made to your service by the different clients, how many were succeeded, how many were failed, how much time they are taking. Such type of details you are able to get it from this counter sets. That is performance counters. Any doubts? Please raise your hand. Any doubts? You can raise your hand. Actually, there is some problem in my machine. That's why it is giving error also. See here. Unable to add these counts. Are you seeing the names? This is what I want to take. Processor time, interrupt time, and idle time. How much time your physical disk is idle, percentage of time, and average disk queue length. Like that, bytes total by second. That means how many bytes were sent per second. Like that, these are the details I want to check, which I am unable to add. Okay. Let me close one. Is it administrator problem? I'm just checking, nothing else. This is not the one, I think. Performance monitoring. This is different. That window is different. Okay, we'll move ahead to the next topic instead of wasting the time at one location, because nothing wrong we have done. There are some permissions problem in my system, because of which it is not working. So you can see whatever steps I have done is 100% correctly. Performance monitor.exe file to be executed. So whatever window you are getting, from there you can specify what counters to be monitored. So those details, it will automatically capture the information and give the details. So that is what is the message here. You can check step by step. See types of performance counters. This is what, but those are not visible for you. Performance calls, see here, service performance counters, whatever are there, it is not like this. Your service name, it will show like this, but it is not showing there because there is some problem in my machine. Otherwise, nothing wrong in our procedure that we have done. Steps are clear, 100% it is correct. So you don't require to do anything, but only problem in my machine, you people check it in your machine. Okay. Any doubts, raise your hand, otherwise we'll move ahead and I'll show you one more small demo which I will host in your Azure portal, and from there I will give you the URL to all of you so that you all can get that URL you can access from your place, so that number of users who are accessing, I can be able to see from here. How many requests were made to my application, I can get it from there. That is also, that means after hosting in Azure, then I have to do. Sometimes you see what I have done is, previous demo, I have not hosted my WCL service in the Azure portal. I have kept it in my local machine and I was traced the information as a development time. But certain times what will happen, this tracing I have done at the development location. But now I have hosted in Azure. But never think that after, if you have hosted in Azure, 100% it is bug free. Still there might be some bugs which you have not fixed them, but you have hosted it in the Windows Azure portal. So how I can get the information? If it is running in my local machine, I will get the trace file and I will work. I can view that file. But if it is already in Azure, how can I get it? Means in the Azure, when it is there also, there is a dashboard which from where you can view the information. There is a dashboard, but which information you can view, trace information, that you have to tell with monitor tab. That's what I am going to show you now. That means I will host one application in Azure and I will apply the tracing for that cloud application. Is the scenario clear? Which demo I am going to show you, is that scenario clear now? So everybody please tell me, in case you have any doubt you can ask me. So let me write in the notepad what I am going to do. So we are going to create one ASP.NET MVC 4 application. We will host this app in Azure portal. Okay, then we will set the traces. We will set what information we want to trace, and finally this information we want to see. It will trace 100%. So viewing that traced information from dashboard. So these are the steps which we are going to see. So we are creating one ASP MVC simple application, and I will host it in the Azure portal and will share the URL. You all try to access it, and tracing of the information I'll see from my dashboard. Even you can also see the traced information. Even I can see the traced information. But traced, who can see? Not you cannot see. You can browse to my application because I'm sharing the URL. That's it. But the dashboard, who can see? From my Azure portal in which I have hosted it, I'm the only person who can view that dashboard information. So that I'm going to show you as the demo, so that this 10th chapter module will be completed. Okay. So without fail, all of you remember that I told you that one demo is not taught. Why? Because it's a simple one configuration XML file to be created and do the execution of it. So for that, each and every step I don't require to tell. You can also do that steps for tracing. The normal WCF service application I told you another WCF service application previously. In the cloud, that means when you are taking new project, left side cloud option you will get. So that using WCF service web role, we created a WCF service. So for that, how you can capture the information, that is what is given in your courseware as the second activity. Please do. That is a demo 2 which you have to practice. Demo 3 I am telling you. Okay. So I am opening the Visual Studio. Compulsory rule every time I will not tell. Your Visual Studio must be opened with administrator rights only. If you want to perform tracing of the information, so compulsorily you have to go for config and package files to in WCF service demo 2, ma'am. That you have to just in config and package files. You can't see package files. How will you get it? That you are asking me. On your application name, right click means package option will be there. When you take that package option, automatically it creates two files: configuration file and package file. So those two you have to upload in your Azure portal so that your service will be hosted in the Azure. Okay, this I told, I think, just shine. Two files in WCF service demo 2, ma'am. One, you just understand that these are the files already they gave the demo file, and you have to extract it and work on that only because application development is not our task here. How we are tracing the information, so already they are giving you the application. Your work is to enable the tracing in that application. Okay, so let us start our demo first. I have opened it, right click, run as administrator. Without fail you open in the administrator account, and then what is the work you have to do? Let me hide my view. These are all steps you know already. Long back onwards we are doing the same thing. I'm taking web ASP MVC4 application. I'm running as S160499 diagnostics. Okay, I just gave the name as S160499 diagnostics. Your batch code followed by diagnostics and click on OK. So let me take it as a basic application and press enter. A simple one I'll tell you here. I'll create one index action method and view. In that two hyperlinks I'll keep it, like about us, contact us. Based on wherever you are clicking, you should go to that respective page. Taking time, just wait. Okay, good. So what is the first work I'm doing? I'm creating a controller. Right click, add controller. I'm giving the controller name as home and empty MVC controller, add. In this one, all these we have day 1 onwards we are doing the same, right? So in this one, this is the index action method, well and good. So you have to create 2 more about us, contact us action methods. This is about us, this is contact us. So, and first for these 2 you create the views. So right click, add view, about us. I'm not writing too much of the code in the view. My aim is whether that page is getting displayed or not. About us view page. I just gave about us view page, and in this one I want one hyperlink, html.action link, which makes me to go to the home page. That means index page. Go to home is the caption, and when I click on that, I should call the index action method from the controller home. So I kept one hyperlink. When I click on that, I will go to link, not line, link, okay? So this is the caption which will be shown to you. When you click on that, so the user will call the index action method from the home controller, So one hyperlink I kept. In the same manner, you create a view for contact us also. Same way you implement there also. Go to this is contact us page. This contact us page. Okay. Below to that, it also should require @html.action link. In the bracket, go to home. Index action method to be called from the home controller. So, okay, good. Only final one is what? First one, index is for which view is not created. In this view, 2 hyperlinks I want. One is to go to about us, one is to go to contact us. Let me write as home page, H1, and with H2 style, I want 2 hyperlinks. @html.action link. Okay, the first one is what? About us. Go to about us page. So what is that action method name? About us. From which controller? Home controller. So afterwards, break, jump to the next line, give as it is one, but it is contact us. Go to contact us page. Okay. So this is the application. First of all, it is working or not, you check it. If it is working, we will host it in the Azure. I'll share the URL also to you people, and we can see the dashboard also. But after setting what you want to monitor, then we will go for the dashboard. So now we are getting about us page. See here, I'm getting about us page. Go back. Achha, why you go back? Directly we have the go home button. So if you click, you will be coming. So very good, it is working. So that what we are doing now, this we want to host it. When this you want to host it, what is the work, what we have to do? We need to go to our Azure portal. We need to go to our Azure portal where I have to create what? One web app, empty web app to be created. These are all steps long back in the first demo of your Azure module. This is the one I told you, how you can host it. While hosting, I mean. Web apps, you create one new web app, create S160499 diagnostics, Azure diagnostics, is whatever name you want to give, you take it, and I'm clicking on create web app. So now it's creating. See here it is saying that creating. You need to just wait for some time and then download the published profile of this. So now this is an empty application into which your application files to be hosted. So just click on this so that it will give you permission to download the published profile. So you need to click on download the published profile, save this settings file onto the desktop or somewhere, and see save as it is asking. I'm saying that save as, and I'm saving onto the desktop. See here S160499 Azure Diagnostics .azurewebsites.net publish settings. Just click on save. So it is now copied the published profile that needs to be attached to your application at the time of hosting into the Azure portal. So go to your application once again, and there you update this configuration while hosting. This is your application, Visual Studio application. Please check. This is your Visual Studio application which you want to host in the Azure. So you created one empty web app into which these files to be hosted. So simply on your application right click, publish, not package, publish. So you can see that this publish option, click on the publish option. Then you have already settings a file, so you have to import that file, but not you are going to create. So take it as import. Then it will ask you it will ask you credentials as well as where is your published profile. This is my Azure portal subscripted account. So I am giving my credentials. So if it is correct, it will allow you for doing. So where is the published file? So you have copied onto the notepad as a desktop. So take that desktop file. See here onto the desktop you copied. So go and search in the desktop. And this is our file. Say Azure Diagnostics.azurewebsites.net.publish settings, and click on open and click on OK. So every setting it is doing on its own, nothing to be done. Click on publish, nothing to be done. So wait for few seconds. It is hosting all the files. It will take a few seconds, so you have to wait. Okay. Once it is hosted, it will open automatically in Internet Explorer. That URL I'll share it with you all. Everybody start using from your node. Whether it is working or not, you have to confirm me. But it is not yet completed. If it is completed, it will open Internet Explorer and browse that application also. It will allow us to browse it. It is still uploading all the files. Any doubts meanwhile? Because it is uploading, meanwhile any step doubt you can ask me, because this is the one many times we have done. It's nothing new. Now how to check the diagnostics information is only new. But till now what we have done is nothing new. It is finished. Why? Because you see here it is opening in the Internet Explorer. You can see automatically it will open once it is hosted in the Azure portal. See now it is working. You click on this. It's not coming from local computer. It's coming from your Azure portal. So this is the one which I am copying and pasting in Notepad. Everybody please note down and try to access this site from your node. Whoever is having internet connection, try to access from there. Now, meanwhile, what am I doing? How to set the diagnostics information I will show you. And please all of you confirm me whether this application is accessible to you or not. http://s160499 Azure Diagnostics.azurewebsites.net/ I'll see who is going to give me the first confirmation that it is working. I have created in my computer, but I hosted in Azure, so everybody throughout the world can be able to access it now. I created this application, but I hosted it in such a way that everybody throughout the world can access it through the Azure portal. So Devi is the first person, Pankaj from Pitampura, Maunika, I got it, very good. 3 students confirmed that it is working. So now for this, how to see? Joshine, very good, I got it. Tamram Center student, got it. Same, Rajeshwar from Ambattur, very good. So total 6 what responses I got is that's working 100%, it will work, no two doubts. If anybody doesn't have the internet facility, now you cannot check it. Okay, Tambaram Center, one more student also got it, very good. So now I am going to show you in this Azure hosted application how we can view the diagnostics. No need to set the, you need to do very simple operations, that what you want to monitor you need to tell, then automatically it will be shown in the dashboard of that. So how we are going to see that one? So again, go back to your Azure portal. Okay, Azure portal, let me go to our Azure portal. See, this is our Azure portal, you can check. Okay, this is my application. So go back, this is my application. I'm clicking on this. When I clicked on this, you please check dashboard is there, which will show the diagnostics information. But what diagnostics information? Did you answer? Did you tell the system what to be monitored? No. So you tell it. You tell. So be very good. City Center students, Ashok, Preeti, everybody saying that working, very good. So now you see here, you need to tell first what to be monitored. So let me go to this monitor. So you need to tell what to be monitored for this website. Srimati is saying working, very good. So now in this one, see here, CP time, data in, data out, HTTP server, like that many more, many information which automatically it is doing. Okay, these are the things which it is right now diagnosing. So that information only it is showing here, up and down like that. So anything if you want to add additionally, you can add additional one also. So there are some here will be there actually. Add matrix. So I'm medium sizing my this window. Why I medium sized? Please check. You are unable to see these buttons which are at the bottom of your window. That's why I'm medium sized. Can you see here add matrix? Click on this add matrix and specify what else you see here. Already tick marked ones are it is automatically diagnosing that information. But what else you want to get it? That says here how many requests are made, also how many successes, HTTP successes were happened, I want to check. So I am taking this one. So like that many informations are there. Average response time also I want to check how much time it is taking in the milliseconds. So I have taken 2 more extra. Okay, after taking, click on this tick mark at the bottom. If you scroll here, tick mark, you click. Total 7 options here. Previously only 5. Now you have 2 more also. You can see that number of this requests, HTTP successes and average response time. Okay. Now till now you have not logged in. Now you refresh. Now you go to dashboard. And all of you please start working with this application once again. Close it and restart this. Give this URL once again in the another window, or copy that URL and close the window, restart, and so that information will be displayed in this dashboard now. Okay, whichever data you want to see, you can be able to see. See data out here, it will show you various. CPU time it is showing. See, let me refresh it. If you are all accessing now, average response time, all it will show for us. In the dashboard, it will show the whatever you have selected for monitoring, those details it is going to show in the dashboard. Whatever we have done, it should show here. It is not showing. Let me go to monitor and let me check whether they are there or not. So it is there. Why it is? See here, it needs to show here. See here, successes it is showing. We are not checking properly. See here, total how many requests were made for that? 107 requests were made, and average time also how much was taken. You see here, maximum time is 4.24 seconds and average time is 1.43 seconds. We are getting the result. We are not checking properly. We are getting the result. Can you see? Whatever you are monitoring, that information it is showing. So if we are trying to access n number of times, automatically this value also might change. So if more and more requests if you are making, the average time might change, as well as max time also may change. Okay, is that clear to all of you how it is showing the details? See, you can see the details here. See, total 107, maximum 48 can be success. See here, average is per second 21.4, and what is the maximum time it is taking for accessing the response, to get the response of it is this, and average time taken is 1.43. This for this total never will be there. Average response means if 10 people are accessing, for each person how much time is the highest time, that is max time. All these times divided by 10 is the average response time, that is this 1.43. Okay, that's the way how you can see the diagnostics information based off of the whatever you have kept for monitoring. For that monitored elements, you are able to get the diagnostic information. Is that clear to all of you? Please confirm me if this is clear, this demo is clear. So it is finished. Only your thing is you need to take the help of dashboard and monitor to specify what to monitor, and so that you can, what are all you are specifying, tick marked ones, all those is going to monitor when you are trying to access that application, so that it will update that details. Okay. 1 minute, I am writing the query. Question, I mean that, did you understand? One minute. So for the Azure hosted application, how to monitor, how to set the monitoring, to view the monitored information, did you understand or not? Only 2 tabs you need to take the help of. One is monitor, where you need to specify what to be monitored, and that monitored information keep on changing data. You can get it from the dashboard or in the monitoring tab itself. Very fast answer. Still who did not respond? City Center guest 004. Except that student, everybody responded. Now I think City Center student also responded. That's good. 100% response from all of you that it is understood. That's about your topic. So that is 10th module is finished. So second demo, please do it on your own and do it. Okay. And there will be any data files are required. Means ask at your center. Still you are not getting any solution files like that, I will check. If in case I have that activity file and this is smaller size, means I'll upload. Otherwise I'll upload somewhere in the send space like that, and that URL I'll put it in the group, so that from there data files you can download and go for how to get the dashboard. Monica, just a dashboard tab will be the see. Whatever application web app you created, you click on that name, automatically another window will come. Their first tab at the top is dashboard. Okay, but by default it is showing only for the predefined whatever selected. It is not showing for whatever extra been selected by us. So I have shown from the monitor tab itself. Both the tabs are side by side, dashboard and monitor. Any doubts, please, you can ask. So how many more modules are left? Last module hardly one class, and the 11th module only will take 1 or 2 classes. Okay, so hardly 3 to 4 classes we will finish our portion, and we'll go for 1 day recap, and our exam date is already fixed. That you check it from your nitstudent.com, because module test date long back I told that it is fixed. That cannot be changed. It may be preponed but never will be postponed. So as soon as my course completed, think so that last chapter is completed, 1 day recap, and might be the next class itself is your next day class or day next class. So you will be having your examination. No prepone please, okay, we will not do. Yeah, it is June 22nd only. So they will let me check for your confirmation. Okay. Let me check. Your cycle test, are you writing on time, and are you doing your LHS or like that? Means that is mandatory. I told you long back onwards, LHS is also mandatory. Let me check. Your CCR, PMR. Yeah, examination on 22nd. Okay, examination is on 22nd. Correct. So your exam, I will, if at all it is very early completed, there might be chances 2-3 classes before it will be, module test will be preponed in case any requirement. Okay. So be ready for everything. What about PMR? PMR date also I have already informed that it is on 17th, I think. Let me check the PMR date. I have already informed you people. Long back I informed. PMR is on which date? On 4th. 4th it is already finished. Devi, what happened to you? So what about the others? So Akash, name is not there in the batch file, means yes, you cannot do it. And I want everybody, whoever is sitting, 31 student, write your details, because now I want to recheck whose names are not there in the batch file. So that let me read out some of the names first. So long back onwards I am thinking. Sayali Sunil, and center wise I will read out. Okay. First I am reading from Faridabad sector, Dharmendra and Ishita. Dharmendra is there, I do understand that. Dharmendra, please raise your hand. 1 minute. PMR is given, very good. Yeah, only one PMR, Kiran. And I am clearing your messages. Whose names I am reading, that person should raise your hand and say yes. Okay. From your center only, and whichever names I am reading, other than those people, whoever is there also, please raise your hand and write your name. Okay. From Faridabad sector, it's Dharmendra and Ishita. Dharmendra, are you there? Faridabad sector, let me check. Anybody is there from Faridabad sector, first of all, in today's session? Otherwise, we will not waste the time for them. No, none of the students are there. So let us go to next center. Mumbai Borivali Center. Sayali Sunil and Narayan Lal. Both of you raise your hand and confirm me. Borivali Center. I did not find anybody from Borivali Center in today's session. So, if you are there, you rise. Otherwise, raise your hand, and otherwise I am moving ahead. Chennai Nungambakam Center, I have found 5 students' names. Haripriya, Srimati, Joshain, Madhukirtana, and Joshain and or Srimati or Maunika, you 3 of you either one right, whether Madhukirtana and Haripriya are attending with our batch or not. Are they regular or not? Because certain times I can find their names, certain times I cannot find. Little faster, because time is not there. In 5 minutes I need to collect this information. No, Jasha, my question is, Haripriya and Madhukirtana both are attending or not in our AZURE batch? So yes completed means I cannot understand your message. Okay, good. So all the 5. Anybody else from your center other than these 5 students? So I am showing you the names only: Haripriya, Srimati, Joshain, Madhukirtana, Maunika. Anybody else? Little faster. I am noting down. No one. Very good. Very good. Got it. Madhukirtana today leave. Okay. Okay. But one day leave means no, doesn't matter. But certain times I am getting out. Chennai Anna Nagar Center. Devi, 100% she is there. Devi, you tell me, you are the only person attending from Anna Nagar or not? I know that you are from Anna Nagar, 100%. Very active in the class also. What happened, Devi? Please confirm. From Bangalore, Jayanagar, Arpita. Okay, Devi. Bangalore Center students. So no one is there. Let us move ahead. Kolkata, Kannat Street. Priyanka Hajra. Bitika Hajra is there. What about Bitika? Hand raise and write the details about you and Priyanka. Priyanka is attending the batch or not? Bitika, are you there or not? So, meanwhile, all others, I request you people to write. See, Bitika, I am taking on air, but who is there at the place? Nobody is from. Are you there or not? Adjust your camera. So Priyanka is attending. Bitika? Priyanka is also attending with our batch.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is she today?
She is leaving, ma'am.
She is on leave. Why she is not feeling well or any other reason?
I don't know, ma'am.
You don't know? Very good. So your name was not found in the batch file. Actually, please check. Next, Mumbai Vashi Center, Priti Shilori and Prashanti Patil. I think both of you are attending. Priti, confirm from your center. Priti, okay. Patil also confirm. First Prashanti confirmed. Very good. Priti, very good. Anybody else from your center? Dilshuk Nagar. Very good. Anvesh and Neha. Neha, is Anvesh is attending or not? Neha from Dilshuk Nagar. Neha, Anvesh is attending with our batch or not? He is on leave. Only for today or from the starting of the batch is the question. He is regular. Okay, good. So got the information from Dilshuk Nagar. Gurgaon BLF Center. Arun Malik, Vinay Kumar. Anybody from Gurgaon? I have not checked. So both are not attended. Malleshwaram Center, Bangalore Malleshwaram Center. Kiran. Bangalore Malleshwaram Center. Kiran, are you there? Attending, very good. Chennai T Nagar Center. City, I mean Satya. Along with Satya, one more student is also attending. Yes, I have seen. Satya, please confirm. Nirosha is also. Nirosha, your name, I did not find it. Now, in 2 minutes, what you will do, everybody write your details. And what are the details you need to give? Your student ID followed by name. Don't write SID. I am telling many times everybody is writing SID again. Don't write SID. In that place, your student ID you write. Write your name, followed by email ID, followed by mobile number. Okay? These are the 4 details you have to give mandatorily. Then we will end the session for today. Veera Kumar also. Okay. Okay, Shubhangi. And whoever is first thing, after writing these details, the students who are attending in this AZURE batch, but your name is not found in the list of the students whom I pronounced right now, those students write that I am attending but my name is not there. After writing these complete details, you give that information also that my name is not in the batch file. Okay? Then I will end the session today. So how many messages I got it till now? I got only 5 messages. Why? Out of 30 students, I got only 5 messages. Joshain, Pavitra, Srimati, Ashok, Maunika, Kiran, Neha, Balakrishna, your name is not there in the list from Kukatpalli. Lakshya Arora, I have not found any of the city center students' names or I missed out. Devi, your name is there. Okay. So, okay, have a nice day, and tomorrow at the same time we are meeting and we'll start with our module 11. And that module 11 after last module, which is scaling of your applications, that is a very simple module. Once it is finished, we will go for what a recap of for one day. And don't expect that important things from me. Every point is important. I told you to read from the courseware line by line. Day 1 onwards, then only you can clear your AZURE easily, because it's a vast syllabus you need to go through now onwards. Start reading from now onwards, module 1 onwards, line by line. Then you and complete your lab at homes also without fail, and all the cycle tests till today, what are pending are there, you complete. Okay, give your feedback now for the session. Feedback. Feedback.